Okay, so today I'm going to be making lye crystals out of ash. Basically, you're going to go from this to this. Pure white salt lye crystals. Now, the way to make that, first, you need to empty the ash. This is still hot, so be careful. You see there's lots of ash and charcoal all mixed together. Take this outside. Now we can take the coals out. Take the coals out. Careful not to breathe any of this in. Come back to this in a minute. Okay, so once you've taken all the charcoal out here, all the big coals, put them in a bucket of water to let them cool down. Now take them out. These can be used for barbecue later on. Here's the fire. And this water, although dirty, can still be usable. Okay, don't throw this water away. It can still be useful. This out to dry. Okay, so now we have pure ash. Pour this into a bucket. Back in a minute. Okay, so now we've filled the bucket up with the ash. Get some rainwater. Very important to use rainwater, because it doesn't like mineral water. Tap water's no good. Fill it up almost all the way, so it covers the whole ash. Don't have to fill it all the way, just enough so it covers the ash. Stir it around. Just to make sure all the ash is wet. Don't want any clumps of dry ash in there. And leave that for a couple of days. Make sure it's nice and dirty. And this water here, leave it to filter down a bit and use the water. When the black's gone, use the water in there, and eventually have something like this. See how clear this water is. See how cloudy it gets as soon as you touch it. Okay, this has been sitting for a couple of days now. Okay, so now for filtration. Put it all in here. This has gone down a bit. Get our bucket, pour it in here. And that'll filter just through a sheet. So these 2 buckets into here. I'll show you this water in a minute. This water needs to be filtered 2, maybe 3 times to get all the sediment out of it. Make sure it's nice and clear. Then I'll go to the next stage. One of the secrets of this is filtration. It needs to be filtered and filtered and filtered. This is what you're going to end up with, okay? This yellow looking piss-like substance. And as you can see, it's pretty clear. Pretty clear. But it's not 100%. So it goes through a filter. Just a kitchen towel and a funnel. It'll come out much clearer and end up with something a bit more like this. A bit more clear. Almost 100%. With this, you can never filter too much, okay? The more you filter, the more pure product you get. This has to be now boiled down from about 5 litres to 1 litre, maybe even more, and then filter some more, and then we'll look for the crystals. Okay, now this water's been filtering for a couple of hours. See that cloudy grey colour? We don't want that, we want it clearer than that, so I'll do it. Pour it back in. Wash this out, this is all dirty. Leave this for a couple more hours, and as you can see, it's already coming out much less cloudy. Although it will still be cloudy, you still have to do this a couple more times yet. So that's that for now. Okay, so we're back a few hours later, and this has been filtered all the way through it. As you can see, it's a much clearer colour now. Not cloudy at all. It's much darker than clear colour. I'll put it through one more time. Still not clear enough. This is the second time. As you can see, the black water we had earlier, that's all filtered through nicely. And that's what that looks like. Okay, so leave that for a couple more hours. come back to it later. Okay, so this will be the last filtration. This has gone through 10 times now already, okay? So imagine that, imagine how concentrated it is at the moment. Don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty clear. It's not murky at all. And that's pretty diluted. We're going to have to concentrate that by boiling it down some later on, when it's all came through. So when that's all come through, we'll boil that down and I'll show you what it looks like. See you then. Okay, so this is about done now. There's a little bit left, I'll just leave that to go. What we'll do is we'll start filtering this. Take some of this water. See, that's pretty diluted. Start filtering it. So kitchen towel, paper towel, funnel. This will just get rid of any leftover ash that might be still floating in the water. Do this several times and repeat. See, it flows pretty fluent at the moment because the paper towel's new, but as soon as when it starts getting clogged up, it will start dripping slower and slower. That might want you to change the towel, but don't change the towel. The more clogged up it gets, the better it filters. The longer it will take, obviously. Okay, that's about full for now. I'll take this off there. Put this in here for now. Just put this in here for now, and when it's done, I'll put them in some bigger bottles so I can put them over the fire and boil it down. Okay, what I want to do is I want to take, this is all done now, I'll take this water here and put it in a smaller bucket. How much does it go in there? Okay, I'm going to look for something else to put the rest of that water in and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to have to put it, use one of these. Alright, yeah, well that took its time. It's back under here. Put some more water in there. Oh, hang on. Use this water. Always better to use rainwater. About 6 litres in here. It's about enough for one batch. Okay, leave that overnight, come back, do some more tomorrow. I'll take this inside and get it ready to go over the fire. Okay, see you inside. Okay, so I've moved inside now because it's getting dark outside. This is still filtering through here. I've got 2 litres in this bottle, which we'll put on the fire. Start up the fire now. This is where the ash came from. You can see it in there. And this is the sort of wood I use. You can see it's big. It's olive root. It's as hard as you get around here. Good hardwood. Okay, now I'm gonna just light the fire quickly. Use these little paper mache meatballs as fire lighters. Soaked in lighter fluid. Shove it in there. So it's a bit wobbly, not very good at this. Okay, so now I use this stainless steel pot. As you can see, it's a bit worn and torn. Those levels there, yeah, although it's stainless steel, you want to make sure this stuff slow boils, because if it fast boils, it'll rust, and you don't want rust in your mix. Put it in there. Put this grate on top of here to keep it level. Okay, put it on there, and when it starts boiling, we'll come back to it. Okay, so this is not quite boiling yet, but we don't want it to boil too much. We just want to let off steam, so it concentrates down. Steam will come off there, goes to the extractor that goes up there. Okay, what we've done here is we've got 5 litres in this bottle, and we have 5 litres in this bottle. This bottle I've now put on a triple filter system, so it's triply filtering, and it filters from, so I filtered it basically from this bottle through these 3 bottles. Then I'm filtering it back into this bottle before putting it in there to get rid of any solid sediment. That's what makes it turn that orange, that yellowy colour. You want it a more transparent colour. So once all that's done, that'll go back into there. That'll be another 5 litres, and those 5 litres, and there's 2 litres there. So out of those 12 litres, I expect to reduce it down to 2 litres. And once we reduce it down to 2 litres, we should have enough for the concentrated for the crystals. Okay, that's still going to take a while. I'll come back to it when it's more concentrated. Okay, so this has started to boil now. Just want it to boil slow. I've sunken this actually into the stove. As you can see, the pan fits perfectly into my stove like a lid. I used to use it to cook stuff, but not anymore. And you want it to slowly bubble. You don't want it to boil, and you want to avoid stirring it. Okay, just leave it bubble slowly. Meanwhile, this is still filtering. Still going through. The object is to fill this bottle with the filter. You filter it through there, then through there, then through here. Okay, that's 3 times filtered before it goes into there. That's the key to this project, is to filter it. You don't want any impurities in there. You want to filter as much as possible. When this boils down a bit more, we have some more filtered water. I'll pour it in there and see if it concentrates some more. This isn't very concentrated at the moment. Okay, so the 12 litres are in there now, the full 12 litres. I don't know if you can see the colour, but it's a really dark colour, really dense, and it's still crystal clear. looks a bit oily. That's because it's just boiling. And we want this to boil down to about 95%. We don't want it to boil down 100% because it'll burn. We don't want it to burn. Once it's boiled down to about 95%, that's when we get the lye crystals. Then we just dry them out and that's it. Okay, by now I've taken this out of here and put it on top, so I don't want it over boiling. It's boiled enough now. As you can see on top, we've got a nice thick layer of crust. That's the crystals forming. You can see the crystals forming through the water there. All we need to do is make sure that doesn't boil down until it's nothing, because the crystals will burn. So we need just to keep a little bit of liquid in there, just to make sure that the crystals don't burn, before we filter the liquid out and have the pure white lye crystals we're looking for. Okay, get back to that when it comes to it. Okay, so this has been cooling down overnight. As you can see, it's quite crystallized, it's quite thick. I'll take it outside and see what we've got. And there's our lye crystals. Now you just have to filter them out of the water, separate them. Okay, so here we have our final lye crystals. A bit yellow, but we'll put these in the sun to dry. They'll come out nice, they'll lose that yellow colour and turn white. And what we're left here with, a very dense oil-like liquid. This is so dense now that it can still be concentrated to get more lye crystals out of it, but I prefer to use this waste product and put it in for a new batch. You might not think this is quite a lot of lye crystals for 12 litres of water, but the reason I use that amount of water, because the ash I use is not the first time, it's been pushed through a couple of times already. So yeah, if you use a fresh batch of ash, you'll get a much more higher concentrate of lye water. So that's it, that's how I make my lye water. Okay, so here we have the final product. This is a completely crystallized lye. Don't want to lose any. Okay, I'll take the towel off. The towel's pretty stiff at the moment because it's full of lye. Don't want to throw the towel away, okay? We can reuse the lye that's in the towel. Like that. Break it all up. Okay. And with all the paper towels we've been using as filters, okay, there's a lot of lye in here. We can still use that lye. Take the water out of that later on. Okay, so this is eventually what we'll end up with. is salt white crystal lye crystals. Now this lye comes from about 2 litres of lye, concentrated lye water. Okay, I use so much because mine's pretty diluted. But this is the amount you get from about 2 litres in my process. You might find easier ways, quicker ways, maybe even to get more of a purer product, maybe get more quantity of product, but this is the way I found that works for me. So if that's helpful in any way, job's a good one. Bye bye.